Hey everybody, let me show you what I got going on here today outside of this Gatorade over here. This is a follow-up. This computer's been here for a while. We were doing, on this computer here, we're having problems with the board. Remember, this is following up on, we checked the CPU, we checked RAM, we checked everything. This computer was still, freezing up. And then it actually crashed during a BIOS update. We were able to restore the BIOS, but it continued to freeze up. So we kind of called it as a bad motherboard. And trying to look at that. And basically just ordered another motherboard. And here it is. So we just ordered another board on eBay. And it came in as a dud. So it came in no power on. So another strike. This thing has been really a headache. Initially when I ordered it, there was a couple available online. This was the most affordable one and from a good vendor and all that, so I went ahead with that. So after it failed, I went online to see if there was any others. All gone. Motherboard. So what I took a look around here is this unit here. It's got a good CPU. It's got an i7 8th gen. He's got his 16 gigs of RAM. He has his SSD. So he's got his basic components that, kind of make sense to try to get this resolved. But we couldn't get that board. Now, what happens with this board on these HPs and sometimes Dells is they're not a, regular ATX board. So you can't just, replace the board. They use this one here. It's a special power supply and things like that. So I took a look around the shop and I did find an ATX board that was compatible with the CPU, and then ordered a case, just a generic ATX case. So we're gonna get his components, his CPU, his RAM, his SSD. The power supply, no, because the power supply is, specific to the HP. So that's what we did. Let me show you that's what we got right there. So we got this thermal take case, which is new. This is a board that I had here that was compatible. I was using it. I actually used this board to test his CPU. So I already had that out of the way. So I just put that board in there. So this now has his CPU, his RAM, and his SSD right there. And then we had to add a standard power supply. Also, I had to use one here. So we're able to pretty much for the same price kind of move his good components from here over to this new case. And I would say it looks I think it looks nicer. And we're going to be able to get this baby resolved for the customer. So that was a lot of work to get this customer's computer up and running. That's one of the things that we're going to do here. Probably financially didn't make a whole lot of sense, but maybe we call it a wash if you calculate the amount of time that got spent on it versus the profit. But we got it done. We got a satisfied customer, and it gives me satisfaction also to be able to to get something done and have the customer with his computer back, which he needed it, wanted it, and didn't want to go out and spend full price for a whole new computer. That's what's going on right here, right now at PC 911.